It's been over a year since I made my review, big fucking air quotes, on the Call of the Night anime. With Season 2 coming out eventually, I decided I want to talk about my hopes, doubts, and fears about it. Season 1 was animated so beautifully. It really made me long for that night lifestyle. It made Ko very easy to sympathize with. Of course, I would also want to stay up all night if it looked like this, and I can go and meet awesome drunks or vampires working at a maid cafe, and had the best waifu to come out of anime in the last 10 years by my side. But instead, I live in Kansas. The best time to find outside at night is a pack of coyotes and a horde of tweakers. Not as much fun. But that's why I have anime to escape to. For now! Anyways, I think I got off track already. You know how epic it is that right as I sit down to fucking record, they decide to test the tornado sirens? That's so fucking epic. Thank you. The animation has to be on the same level with as much vibrancy and style, or else it just won't even come close to living up to the first season. Now, of course, it's more than likely the same people working on it again, so you figure, well, hey, it's just going to be the same, and who am I to tell them how to do their jobs, of course, right? But, you know, they could decide, hey, Season 1 kind of cost a bit too much money. We're going to scale back on all the, you know, neon and shit, you know, just make it a bit more samey with other things. After all, you know, hey, people were interested in Season 1, they're going to watch Season 2 to continue the story, right? We don't need that vibrant, colorful hook that we did. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but it's a possibility. Knowing corpos like that, it's more than likely. Also very likely that they're going to use creepy notes again for the opening. I mean, the manga is based off the song. See, that's a funny how YouTube made me fucking silence about 15 seconds of my first Call of the Night video and totally fucked up my whole flow on it. Thank you, YouTube.com. And fuck you, Rhea. Anyways, for soundtrack, I didn't really mention it last time, but have used some of the more slower, more vibey songs in some of my videos. My Town at Night, Kokun, Into the Night World, fuck, even a Monologue is a good track to listen to when I'm just working on writing, editing, or playing Hoi 4 or some shit. I ain't the kind of autist to delve too deep into music styles, but I think that's like a type of jazz. Season 2 needs more of those more tense, foreboding tracks like Bloodsucking, especially if they're going to be covering the Vampire Hunter arc. They better damn well cover the Vampire Hunter arc. We're finally getting to the meat and potatoes. The entire Vampire Hunter arc needs to be covered in full. Spoilers from here on out. Call of the Night as a manga didn't have filler. No matter what some ass-mad DBZ fan, derogatory, would screech to high heavens. What do you mean there's a chapter where Ko and Nazuna just go to Harajuku and talk about love? What do you mean they're just talking? Where's all the fighting and one-liners? The zoo needs to be covered, the hospital needs to be covered, Ko's relationship with Maharu falling apart needs to how did I misspell take? What the fuck? Ko's relationship with Maharu falling apart needs to take the course over the entire season, not in one episode. There are certain ways I feel the second season will be lacking, and it's part of my worries. Kyoko, the private eye from Season 1, has a realistic, tragic backstory. For her to become the vampire hunter is only natural. In Season 1, when Ko and Maharu and Akira end up running into a real, crazed, starving vampire, the entire tone of the show shifted. Even episodes later, the sight and fight with a real monster shook the three to their core. The school teacher was a real monster. Suddenly, the concept of vampires in the series went from cute girls and pretty boys to actual monstrosities that could turn feral if they don't eat for long enough. Even when Ko first found out that Nazuna was a vampire, he was more in disbelief, not quite afraid. Whenever Kyoko first learned that Nazuna was a vampire, she didn't really take it seriously. But the first time that Kyoko has a run-in with an actual starving vampire, well, honestly, whenever you look at it, it's kind of similar to Ko. But for her, it was more personal, way more personal. Ko had Nazuna to bounce off when a random vampire attacked him. Kyoko had her father, the closest person one can have in her life, kill her mother and attack her, and then she is supposed to bounce off her friend who is also a vampire? Thinking about it realistically, this scene is fucking intense. This is Kyoko finally getting everything she wanted. Her father stopped seeing that woman that he was with. He comes home, he gives her a birthday cake, and he promises that he's going to fix their family. And then he immediately loses his mind, kills his mother, and Kyoko has to kill him. On her birthday, by the way. It's not a great situation. Ko being attacked in the school is something that shook him to his core. He feared vampires for the first time. But he eventually got over it because he knew that there were better vampires. Kyoko had her entire world destroyed. She had nothing left. Her family was completely gone, and she can't fall back on Nazuna because she's a vampire too. Essentially what I'm saying is, if Kyoko's fall into becoming the vampire hunter is anything less than a real horror film, then in my opinion, the entire season would just fail. Basically, I'm just talking out my ass about what I want to see to people that are professionals because Internet Funny Man has an opinion, so you better all listen, right? And there's the train, say hello to the train. What I mean is take everything I say with a fistful of, okay buddy. So I am excited for season 2, yes, but I still have my doubts and won't give myself... do I even bother talking over the fucking train? So I am excited for season 2, yes, but I still have my doubts and won't get myself too caught up in it so I get let down easily. What about season 3? I hope it never happens. I was going to put in a section talking about how bad Sony buying Kadokawa will be, but the more I get into it, the more depressing it became. I think that will need to be a video on its own covering a wide range of topics. But I guess that's it for now. I really want to talk about Call of the Night again, and while this video doesn't go too in-depth into really anything, I think this will be a funny haha video to come back to after Season 2 comes out, and I am wrong about something. Whether that is pleasantly wrong or pessimistically wrong, we'll see. Thank you for watching. Don't like this video because it wasn't good. Instead, comment what you expect. Comment if you've seen Call of the Night. Thank the Patreon supporters, Rolf and the Big Chief, Aurelian Nato Caesar, for their support. I'm going to actually start putting shit on Patreon eventually. Look forward to it. Yeah. I just pulled a hair off my mustache and it really fucking hurt. The end. Goodbye.